What is going on, everyone? This is Autumn Marie coming at you from the cage with part 3 of our Legend of Korra Ruins of the Empire React. This is the last part in the Ruins of the Empire series, and I am ready to see what the heck is gonna happen. Oh. So, a quick recap of part 2, in case you didn't watch that video. So, moving on. So, essentially, Commander Guan, who was part of the Earth Empire under Kuvira, and when Kuvira surrendered, Commander Guan did not, has been working with Dr. Sheng to essentially what they call recalibrate Earth Kingdom citizens, and they use some machinery that essentially messes with the electromagnetic waves in your brain to brainwash you into doing what Commander Guan wants, a la Dai Li from Avatar The Last Airbender series. So Wu is trying to start democracy in the Earth Kingdom, and the first kind of area, region, town, I'm not sure exactly what they called it, to have their elections is Gaoling. Commander Guan entered the election as a candidate and essentially brainwashed people into supporting him, handing out flyers, repeating his campaign slogan to vote for him in the election. And he plans on having someone from the Earth Empire at every position, or in every election, so that way they could all win and take over the Earth Kingdom. Or Earth Nation, I don't know if it's called a kingdom anymore. And Korra was like, oh, well, maybe Toph Beifong could run against him because it's her hometown area from where she grew up. So her and Wu go into the swamp, find Toph, convince her to run. So Toph signs up to run, and then Toph kind of notices how there was an overnight surgence of Guan supporters, and of course Toph was there when the Dai Li were doing the brainwashing thing, so she knows all about that. Toph Beifong ain't no fool. So, on the other side of the story, Commander Guan ends up capturing Asami, Mako, Bolin, and Kuvira, and he brainwashes Mako, Asami, and Bolin to support him, hence why they're... My poor beans are sadly on the cover here. You can kind of see there's life out of their eyes from the brainwashing. They're in the Earth Empire uniforms. Asami has her electric glove out. We have Zaofu in the background, and then Korra and Kuvira in the front, with their backs to each other, but it seems like they're fighting together, but we'll get to that part. So, brainwashed. Commander Guan's like, Avatar's the enemy, you must destroy her. And they're like, yes, whatever, because they're under the influence of Commander Guan. So then, when Korra comes back to Gaoling, they run into them, and during... Oh wait, I skipped a part. During the brainwashing of Asami and them, they are commanded by Commander Guan to put Kuvira into one of those chairs to, recalibrate her. And Kuvira escapes, because she's a great bender, and she runs away, calls Suyin for help, because originally they were supposed to take Kuvira to Zaofu as a prisoner, and she's like, I don't know what to do, I need your help, Suyin, please, I need your help. So Suyin comes over with Opal and the twins, and that's when everyone runs into each other. Korra tries to get all 3 of them, Mako, Asami, and Bolin, onto the airships, that way they can take them to Zaofu and potentially reverse the brainwashing, and they're only able to capture Asami, but as they're trying to do that, and they're being attacked by Earth Empire people, the Earth Empire people are able to capture Prince, now King, Wu. And that one ended with Korra, Kuvira, Suyin, and family with Toph, and Asami as a brainwashed prisoner who's now in the Platinum Prison going to Zaofu, hence why we see in the background, and Prince Wu being strapped down into the recalibration equipment in the makeshift lab with Mako and Bolin beside him. So yeah. And like, Asami was like saying hurtful things because she was brainwashed too, so she was saying to Korra, don't pretend to care about me, you're my enemy. And Korra was like hurt, but she understands that like those aren't Asami's words, those are Commander Guan's. So she's hoping that they can get some sort of reversal to this brainwashing, and Kuvira needs to rely on Batar Jr., her ex, to help her do that. So that's why this is the cover that it is. Although we do see Korra's waterbending here, and just the drawing of her form is awesome. And it seems like she's fighting back to back with Kuvira. It seems like they're on the same side. Kuvira looks a bit disheveled compared to where we saw her last, so it seems like they're in a big fight. It's unclear about whether or not what's going to happen, if they're going to be fighting Asami, Mako, and Bolin again. Probably definitely Mako and Bolin. Asami, I'm not sure. Depends on if they're able to get her out of the Platinum Prison without her retaliating, or they could just like roll the prison up to a potential reversal machine and not risk that, but we'll see. Oh, and Opal got hurt in the fight. She got like a little rock thrown at her shoulder by Bolin, who was brainwashed. Let us take a look at the end panel here. So we do see Korra and Asami with a little headband there, so I guess that kind of spoils it a little bit. So it says, oh boy, Kuvira's true nature is revealed, and the Earth Kingdom will feel the consequences. Thanks to Commander Guan and Dr. Sheng's brainwashing technology, all hope for a fair election in the Earth Kingdom is lost. Korra works with Toph, Su, and Kuvira to plan a means to rescue not just the brainwashed Mako, Bolin, and Asami, but everyone else caught up in Guan's plan. With the Earth Empire potentially on the rise again, Kuvira pulls another trick from her sleeve. But whose side is she truly on? Honestly, I don't think Kuvira is evil. I think this is going to be her chance at redemption. I can't look at them like that. It makes me so sad. I honestly don't... I'm not anticipating Kuvira double-crossing them. I'll be really sad if she does. But to me, I think this is a good opportunity for Kuvira to prove herself and reconnect with Su. I don't know. We'll see. So here's the zoomed out cover. And let's get underway here. We're gonna zoom in. Alright, let's do this. So, they've arrived at Zaofu. Toph is on Naga. The twins have Opal, Suyin's walking with them, and Korra is wheeling Asami in the prison, so they're not taking Asami out of the prison. Su says, boys, help your sister to her room and call the medic. Opal, I'll be fine, Mom. And then Su says, Korra, take Asami inside. I hate seeing her like this. It's so sad. So they're walking, and Kuvira's kind of, in the back, just a little hesitant, looking at, Zaofu. We see that Pabu is on Naga with Toph. This hurts. Suyin, not looking like upset, says, come on, Kuvira. You're going to have to face him sooner or later. Sooner or later. Oh, face Batar. Yeah, I can see why Kuvira is a little hesitant. I'm pretty sure she tried to kill him the last time they were together. So that she could continue her quest for power in the Earth Empire, so... there's that. Alright, so they're coming in through a hallway. There's metal guards around. Sue says, we're going to get you settled in a room, Asami, but you'll be confined to the residence, same as Kuvira and my son. Oh, so Batar is confined? Asami says, which is just another way of saying I'm being imprisoned. And Korra's like releasing the lash, kind of very sad in the face. Sue says, no, but you will be watched for your safety and ours. And Asami steps out, and Korra's just looking very sad. Asami's looking very, like, she's gonna break out. I'm surprised they're letting her out of that prison, to be honest. Like, didn't Asami literally break herself out of the United Republic prison? This seems like a bad idea. Plus there's a window, like, right there. Asami can find a way to get out. Korra says, we're going to find a way to help you, I promise. And Asami's looking around kind of suspiciously. She does look good in the green. Look at Korra's back muscles! Ugh! And they close the door. And then someone approaches from the back. I never thought you'd have the courage to return home. I'm assuming talking to Kuvira. Probably Batar Sr. Oh no, it's Batar Jr. He's all like in a loose robe. And Kuvira's like, and he's like, hello, Kuvira. Kuvira says, I didn't know if I'd ever see you again. Batar crossing his arms. And you wouldn't have if Korra and her friends hadn't saved me. Kuvira says, I feel terrible about what happened, but you remember all the pressure we were under. I'm sure if you had been in my position, you would have tried to kill my fiancé with a blast of spirit energy? Never. I loved you, Kuvira. Aww. When Mother told me you were coming, she mentioned that you were trying to change. I didn't believe her. I had to see for myself. But you're exactly the same. Oof. Batar goes into the other room, and Kuvira follows after him. Batar, wait! I need your help! And he just slams the door in her face. And she looks down, defeated. Suyin kind of puts a loose hand on Kuvira's shoulder and instructs the metal guards to show her to her quarters. And I think it's like right next door. And then Korra approaches Batar's room and is knocking very hard. Batar, it's Korra. I have to speak with you. It's urgent. And Suyin's looking over at her. I understand why you don't want to help Kuvira, but I'm hoping you'll help me. The future of the Earth Kingdom depends on it. The door is closed. Batar opens it. Come in, he instructs. In Gaoling City Hall, someone enters who's probably Prince Wu and says, I'd like a word, Mayor Ri, about the election. Of course, Your Highness. Everything is right on schedule. In less than a week, the citizens of Gaoling will be casting their votes. Wu, there's been a change of plans. Wu and his eyes are all messed up, including the guards. The election will take place today. Oof. Ugh. The artist did such a really good job of, like, drawing the eyes to be so empty, you know? Ugh. Today, but the voters won't even know to show up. Wu, they're already here, he's instructing with his hand. And then he points out the window and shows a bunch of people, like, rallying outside with Commander Guan signs, all very empty-eyed. For the good of this kingdom, I've decided that the move to democracy cannot wait any longer. Wu says, here is my royal decree concerning the manor. And he's handing a scroll. There we go, scroll to the mayor. The mayor says, in the interest of fairness, please allow me a few days to inform the other precincts about the change. And then Prince Wu lashes out, how dare you defy your king! And then the mayor's like, my apologies, your highness. I'll go let the voters in. That's a scary Wu face. Oof. Dang, Wu. Maybe all you just had to do was get brainwashed to have power of the king. So in Zaofu, we see Pabu running around, chitter chitter, and Naga's outside with her harness off. And they're all sitting at the dinner table. It seems to be Kuvira down here, Korra next to her, Opal with her arms crossed, not really touching her dinner, Toph with the bowl in her hands eating the food, Suyin, Batar Sr., the twins, and is it Hua? The artsy boy. No Batar Jr. in the room. But they're saying, so Batar is willing to work with me? That's wonderful news, so it must be Kuvira. Korra said he agreed to temporarily put aside his anger towards you in order to help the greater good. He still feels guilty for everything he did when he was part of the Earth Empire. Opal grumbling, unlike some people. And Kuvira kind of glares at Opal. And Korra's just sitting awkwardly in the middle like, I just want to eat and save my girlfriend and the Earth Kingdom. Korra says, but Batar made it very clear that once you two recreate Dr. Shang's brainwashing device, he never wants to see you again. Kuvira looks away and says, I'll respect his wishes. One of the twins asked, if the goal is to put an end to the Earth Empire once and for all, why don't we call in some reinforcements? The other twin, yeah, Guan's not such a hot shot. If we had the full force of the Metal Clan behind us, we could take down him and his army, lickety-split. That's the grandma in him. That's Grandma Toph. Suyin says, boys, we can't be seen as aggressors. If Zaofu interferes in another state's election, it would throw the entire democratic movement into turmoil. Toph, what democratic movement? Guan brainwashed half the voters, and probably the Earth King, too. Kuvira says, if Guan controls Wu, he'll be able to wield influence over the entire Earth Kingdom. It's quite a brilliant plan, actually. Opal, yeah, I bet you had thought to brainwash, or I bet you wish you had thought to brainwash everyone. Then you would still be in power. Kuvira, that's not what I meant. Korra's just still in between them, like, awkwardly trying to eat her food with her chopsticks, like, can I just eat? Sue says, that's enough, girls. We need to let the vote go forward and see this play out. Toph says, don't get your hopes up, Sue. I'm pretty much forfeited that election the second we hightailed it out of Gaoling. Guan's got it in the bag. Not necessarily, Batar Jr. interjects as he enters the room. And they all look over at him like, gasp! Batar says, assuming I can figure out how to restore Asami's mind, we can then use that knowledge to free Gaolin's brainwashed citizens. Once they realize what Commander Guan did to them, they'll turn on Guan and he'll lose all his support. And you'll be voted in as Governor Beifong. Toph, yippee. Ho, Toph. I appreciate you agreeing to help, Kuvira stands up, offering a hand. Batar turns away. We should get started, as Kuvira and Korra follow. Batar Jr. and Kuvira have been working all day. This nightmare will soon be over. Korra's talking to Asami. She's sitting across from Asami's bed. Korra's like leaning forward with her elbows and her forearms on her legs, and sun is setting. Asami just looks very angry. Korra looks very sad. Korra puts her hand on Asami's, and Asami pulls away and says, "Don't touch me!" And Korra just looks very upset. Understandably so. And then there's a knock on the door. Korra looks over her shoulder, and it's Suyin. Suyin says, "Batar's ready for her." This is so sad. Why would they do this to me? The feels. Poor Korra. Please help Asami soon. My heart can't take it. You've outdone yourself, Batar. This looks almost exactly like the device in Dr. Shang's brainwashing lab, Kuvira says. Batar says, "Having worked closely with Dr. Shang, I'm familiar with her thought process." And Asami's sitting there. I'm surprised Asami's not trying to fight. Batar said, "And your description of her setup was extremely helpful too. You always had an excellent memory." Aw, giving her a compliment. So he's putting the device on Asami's head. He says, "Now for the hard part, figuring out the settings Dr. Sheng used to alter Asami's brainwaves." My heart. "I'll begin with low-intensity electromagnetic pulses." Click. Kuvira saying, or repeating a script, "You will no longer obey Commander Guan's orders. The Avatar is no longer your enemy. Your mind is yours again." Asami closes her eyes, opens them. "I am only loyal to Commander Guan." And they all look visibly upset. None more so than Korra, of course, and she's like holding her elbows in distress. I hate seeing Korra so sad. Why can't she just be happy? Why must she always suffer? So it seems almost like the sun is either setting or rising. They're increasing the intensity. Kuvira repeats, "You will no longer obey Commander Guan's orders. The Avatar is no longer your enemy. Your mind is yours again." Asami repeats, "I am loyal to Commander Guan. I'm only loyal to Commander Guan." And Batar is fiddling with the instrument. And Asami's just looking down, empty-eyed, gorgeous, and making me sad. Again, repeats, "You will no longer obey Commander Guan's orders. The Avatar is no longer your enemy." And Korra's still there, holding her elbows, very sad and concerned. It shows like a little frequency. Asami's closing her eyes. "Your mind is yours again." She opens her eyes and repeats, "I am only loyal to Commander Guan." It's now nighttime. Oh dear. My heart. Korra says, "You tried a million different settings. Why didn't any of them work?" As they're escorting Asami out of the room back to her cell. Batar says, "I'm not sure." Kuvira says, "What if you started with someone who hasn't been brainwashed yet?" Batar says, "Interesting. Using an autonomous subject would give me a proper baseline, and I could calibrate the settings from there. But there are some risks." Korra immediately sits in the chair. "I'm not exactly sure what you two are talking about, but if it's going to help Asami, I'll be your test subject." Oh, Korra. My sweet baby. Just like immediately sits down in the chair. "Let's do this." Batar Jr., "I don't think that's a good idea." Korra, "Why not?" "I can't guarantee your mental well-being. I'm concerned that once I begin adjusting the settings, the electromagnetic pulses could cause some memory loss. I won't be responsible for getting the Avatar's mind scrambled." Oh, but what if the other ones exhibit memory loss? What if Asami forgets Korra? I can't. I don't want to think about it. Kuvira picks up the instrument. Then I'll volunteer. Korra and Baatar Jr. in unison. What? Sue, Kuvira, you don't have to do this. Kuvira, yes, I do. Commander Guan and what's left of the Earth Empire are my messes to clean up, Kuvira says, as Korra's getting up out of the seat with her impeccable back muscles. Goals. I'm ready, Kuvira says. Baatar Jr. says, maybe she's changed more than I thought. Try to keep your breathing calm and your mind clear. Kuvira's just looking straight ahead as Baatar's clicking the device. Kuvira closes her eyes, and she's looking at a memory. Kuvira is entering a room. She's a kid. There's baby Opal. There's a picture of a sky bison in the back. Opal is playing with some toys. It looks like a house and an otter penguin stuffed plushie, and then little dolls of Avatar Kyoshi and Avatar Aang. And Kuvira says, "Get out, Opal, it's my turn." Opal says, "You get out! This is my room in my dollhouse!" Kuvira says, "Fine, if I can't play with it, then neither can you," and she crushes it with metal bending. And Opal's like, "Mom!" Suyin comes in. "What is going on in here, girls? Why did you do this, Kuvira?" Kuvira says, "I don't know." And Suyin kneels down to Kuvira's level. Oh, and there's like a little, polar bear dog plush in the back. Sue says, "If you don't learn to control your violent impulses, you're going to hurt someone in this family, the way you hurt your mother." Oh! Did Kuvira hurt her mom? Uh-oh. What did she do? I can see now why the dad dropped her off, but still. What happened? Sue says, "Do you understand?" Kuvira says, "You can't tell me what to do." And she walks away. And Opal's like, "Aren't you gonna punish her, Mom?" Suyin says, "We have to cut her some slack, honey. Your sister's been through a lot." Opal says, "She's not my sister. She's a stray dog nobody ever wanted. Not even her real parents." Autumn's sad. Autumn's sad. Kuvira's sad, but Autumn's sad too. And then you hear someone calling her name Kuvira. Korra's like, "Kuvira, are you alright?" Kuvira asks, "Did you get what you needed?" Baatar says yes. And he says, "You can bring back Asami." Or you can bring Asami back in. I can't read today, which is bad because this is all reading. See, it seemed like when they did it with Commander Guan, the intensity was very high. It seems like this is not as much so. So Asami's back in the chair. Korra's, nervously, sadly holding her elbows. Kuvira repeats, "You will no longer obey Commander Guan's orders. The Avatar is no longer your enemy," and Asami's eyes are closed. "Your mind is yours again." And Asami opens her eyes, and you could just see that there's actual life in her eyes. They're not dull and brainwashed. She says, "Korra?" And Korra kneels down and puts one hand on her leg and the other on her arm, and Asami's holding the headpiece. And Korra's like, "I'm so sorry you had to go through all that. What do you remember?" Asami says, "Nothing. Absolutely nothing." And Kuvira and Suyin look at her, and Korra looks concerned. And Korra and Asami embrace very lovingly. And Korra says, "It's alright. you're back now. I've got you. Oh. I'm sad. Happy, sad, sad, sad. All types of emotions. And then Opal and the twins rush into the room. Mom, you need to turn on the radio. Korra, what's going on? They click on the radio. So the radio clicks on. Once again, there is big news coming out of Gaoling in the Earth Kingdom's first democratic election. After King Wu unexpectedly moved up the voting to today, Commander Guan has claimed victory. Korra says, oh no. The radio continues. Guan received an overwhelming majority of the votes, beating local favorite Toph Beifong in a landslide. Toph, you win some, you lose some. Sue, this isn't funny, Mom. Guan outright stole the election, and he used the Earth King to help him do it. Oh, Toph. There's like ring, ring on a telephone in Julie's office in New Republic City. This is President Nude. It's Korra! Did you hear the news? Julie, I just got word. What happened in Gaoling, Korra? And what in the world was King Wu thinking? Korra, ooh, that's a nice shot of Korra with like her hair partly behind her ear and then the rest of it down. It's like Asami vibes, but with Korra, and I am very gay. Lort. Okay. Korra says he wasn't. Guan was doing all the thinking for him. He developed this new brainwashing technology and used it on Wu, and a lot of others too. Julie, what? Like, so loud that Korra has to put the receiver far away from her face and her like eyes like closed and her hair is moving. And Toph's like, sounds like she's taking the news well. And then Korra continues in that very beautiful pose. That's why I'm calling. I'm in Zaofu with the Beifongs. Batar Jr. figured out how to counteract the brainwashing, but if we're going to go up against Guan, we'll need some backup, and you're not going to do anything, Korra, Julie says. If word gets out that the Earth King has been compromised, who knows what kind of chaos that might bring. I want you to be very careful about how this situation is handled. Korra says, but Bolin, Mako, and Wu are still in danger. We can't sit back and do nothing. Julie says, listen to me. I allowed you to bring Kuvira because you were confident she could get the holdouts to surrender. But thanks to Guan's victory, the Earth Empire is poised to make a full comeback. And Julie's looking out at the spirit portal. I'm going to speak with Sue and other world leaders about our options. In the meantime, I want you to bring Kuvira back to Republic City. She's more of a hindrance than a help at this point. Korra sadly, yes, Madam President. Which sucks because Kuvira was super helpful. I'm surprised Korra didn't defend her. Like, what the hell? And Suyin just kind of like walks away. Kuvira says, so, the president wants to lock me back up? Korra says, we'll leave first thing in the morning. Kuvira says, I guess you're getting your wish. You'll never have to see me again. And Korra and Asami are like walking with each other, and the twins are talking to Opal, who's curled up on the couch, and Batar Jr. looks over at Kuvira. Batar says, have a safe trip back. Kuvira puts an arm on his shoulder. It broke my heart when I had to choose the Earth Empire over a life with you. I realize I can never repair our relationship or make up for all of the pain I caused you. But I want you to know, I did truly love you, too. And Batar looks at her. Then he walks away and says, it was nice working with you again, Kuvira, as Metal Clan soldiers come to her. They approach her, and I assume take her to her quarters. Korra says, Asami, aren't you coming to bed? Ah, we can share a bed together. Asami's got her arms folded and she's looking out the window. I can't get over what happened. It's so strange not being able to remember whole days of my life. Did I say or do anything I might have regretted? And Korra looks at her sadly. And she says, whatever you might have said, it doesn't matter now. I know it wasn't you talking. She said still. And Kuvira, wrong person. Korra wraps her arms around Asami and rests her head on her shoulder. Let's just put all that behind us, okay? And Asami looks down at her lovingly. Poor Korra. Asami says, if you say so. And Korra leads Asami to the bed. And if those are not bedroom eyes, I swear to God. Look at those bedroom eyes. Look at this. Look at those bedroom eyes. Look at those bedroom eyes. Ah! I love Korrasami so much. Those are not bedroom eyes. I don't know what is. Okay, let me get this recentered here. And of course, there's a knock on the door! Interrupting when they're... Look at Korra's already about to lay down with Asami. Knock, knock, knock. Korra's like, you gotta be kidding me. She looks so irritated. Who is it? It's Sue. Open up. Korra says, how'd your talk with President Moon go? Asami asks, is there a plan to save Mako, Bolin, and King Wu? Oh no, this is where Kuvira is gonna show her true colors. Oh no. Did you have any idea what Kuvira was planning? Korra, what are you talking about? I found the guards unconscious outside her door. Kuvira's gone. Oh, Kuvira, no. Unless if you're gonna go stop Commander Guan yourself, then yes. But if you've got something else planned, no. Like you were... Ugh. I'm worried. So Zaofu, it says she stole one of our planes and fled Zaofu. And there she is flying the plane. How does she just know how to fly a plane? But it looks like she has a dark clothing on. Before she had light clothing on. I feel like she's gonna go to Commander Guan and stop him. I don't think this is her, fleeing imprisonment. Honestly. I think she's gonna try and sneak back in. Sue says she must have been waiting for just the right moment to escape. She played us all. Korra says, I don't think so. It's thanks to her that you're free. Oh, Asami was saying that she played us all. Korra said, I don't think so. It's thanks to her that you're free. In Gaoling, she warned me that Guan had brainwashed you, and she even volunteered to be tested on so you could get your mind back. Asami says she did? Sue says, Korra, do you have any idea where Kuvira might be heading? Korra says she was pretty livid when Guan refused to surrender to her. My bet? Kuvira decided not to wait around for the diplomatic process to play out, which means there's only one place she could be going. Yes, Korra, you as a smart, cutie, booty, patootie, I love you so much. Back to Kaoling. The mayor. You're making a mistake, Governor Guan. I could be of great assistance to you and your administration. And there's 2 Earth Empire people standing behind him, and they carry the mayor away. Gaoling thanks you for your many years of service, Mr. Mayor, but you are no longer needed. Oh, she creeping! Kuvira's creeping on them! Look at that! She's hiding behind that door! She is creep. Look at that! Just in the shadow, creeping. Click. Hello again, Commander. Yep, see, she had the dark uniform on. I knew it. He looks surprised. Commander Guan says, I'd ask how you snuck in here without being noticed, but that would be an insult to your cunning. So, Have you come to try and stop me again? On the contrary, I commend you on resurrecting the Earth Empire. You've always been a shrewd leader. I'm here to propose a deal that will benefit us both. Kuvira, no! I believed in you! Kuvira, please tell me you're just trying to trick him. Commander Guan, what did you have in mind? Kuvira, please tell me you're just double-crossing him. Please, I believed in you. I've thought a lot about what you said. Why should others reap the benefit of what we, worked so hard to accomplish? In my quest for power, I've alienated everyone I've considered family. It's clear to me now that no matter what I do, things can never go back to the way they were. Kuvira, no! So, I've decided the only path left for me to follow is yours. You want to rejoin the Earth Empire? Commander Guan asks. On one condition. Commander Guan, I'm not stepping aside so you can reclaim the title of Great Uniter, not after all the risks I've taken to get us this far. I'm in charge of the Earth Empire now. Kuvira says, I assure you, I have no intention of challenging your authority. Commander Guan, then what do you want? I want to forget. Oh dear. I want to forget how I lost my temper and nearly killed my own mother. I want to forget the Beifongs in my life in Zaofu. All those painful memories. But most of all, I want to wipe away the memory of all those I've hurt. I believe you have the technology that can help me with that. Oh, Kuvira, sweetie. Autumn's sad. Autumn's sad. Yes, but the process would also put you under my complete control. I can't believe you'd yield willingly. This wouldn't be the first time I surrendered. And besides, we both know you wouldn't allow me back without brainwashing me. It's the only way you'll be able to fully trust me. Commander Guan, true. This way, we both get what you want. You'll have my complete compliance, and I'll have a guilt-free conscience. Oh, Kuvira. Sweetie. So, do we have a deal? We've got a sky bison flying in with Opal and party. There's the plane, Suyin points out through a scope. But no sign of Kuvira. And this Earth Empire people checking out the plane like, oh, I don't know. Opal, just admit it, Mom. Kuvira took advantage of your goodwill and betrayed you again. We don't know that for sure. Until I learn otherwise, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Opal, just like you've always done. Make a pass over the city. I'll see if I spot her, Opal. So Kuvira's strapped in. Whenever you're ready, Dr. Sheng. And Kuvira's eyeballing a little helmet thingy. Dr. Sheng says, welcome back to the Earth Empire, Kuvira. Yes! Kuvira, yes! No, my screen! Okay, yes! So she's got her hands tied behind her back, but she's lifting them up. And she's lifting the helmets, 2 helmets up towards Commander Guan and Dr. Sheng. And I'm so pleased I finally get to share my invention with you. She's hovering it, and then she drops the helmets on and crunches them onto their heads. And she breaks out of the chair with metal bending. And they're like, what are you doing? Kuvira says, beating you at your own game. And she's holding the helmets down with her bending still, so that they can't get it off. When we're finished here, you will have no choice but to finally surrender and tell the whole world how you stole the election. You can't brainwash us. You don't even know how this machine operates. Actually, I do, thanks to Batar. He figured out how your little contraption works. It only took him a few hours. Kuvira! Mako and Bolin bust in. Release them at once. Commander Guan. I suspected you might try something, so I called them as backup. Mako, Bolin, attack! And there's fire bending, and Kuvira has to break her metal bending control on the helmets, which allows Commander Guan and Dr. Sheng to rip them off. And Kuvira takes a giant, filing cabinet and just throws it at them with metal bending, and they both dodge out of the way, and it clangs against the wall. And Kuvira is running out of the room, and the Earth Empire people says, "There's Kuvira!" That's Suyin. Suyin is flying overhead. I need water. She's got the scope, and she's like, "There's Kuvira, and she's in trouble!" And Mako and Bolin are in hot pursuit of Kuvira, throwing fire and earth at her. The Sky Bison flies up behind them, is like, roar! As Earth is crashing around, and they're chasing Kuvira. I'll handle them, Korra says as she jumps off of the Sky Bison. The Sky Bison intercepts between Kuvira and Mako and Bolin, and Korra whooshes down with air bending and swipes all up, and they're covering their face and coughing. And Korra says, "Sorry guys, I promise this is only temporary." And then everyone hops off of the bison, and Toph just cracks her knuckles and "Ready girls?" And it's Toph, the ma, Sue, the daughter, and Opal, the granddaughter, ready to fight. So Opal does some airbending whoosh, and one of the Earth Empire people goes, "Ah!" into the air, and Suyin metal bends a cable around the legs of one of the mechs and pulls it down with a vzz, and Toph earth bends up 2 pillars into 2 mechs and crashes them together. And she says, "That's what happens when you mess with 3 generations of Beifongs." And then Dr. Sheng's trying to run away with all of her papers, and she's intercepted by Asami, who's standing there in her normal clothes with her electric glove up at the ready, looking very, very upset. And she says, "This is for zapping my brain." Ooh, and she zaps the doctor right in the chest. Not the arm, not the side, right in the chest. Just zzz. Her papers fall to the ground, and she's got this look on her face because she's being electrocuted. And she falls to the ground, her glasses fly off of her face, and she says, "Ah!" And Asami just stands over her as her papers settle to the ground. And Commander Guan hops in a car and tries to vroom away, and Kuvira hops out and says, "Hope you buckled up," and runs up to the car and just crunch with the metal bending and stops it right in his tracks. And Commander Guan goes flying out of the driver's seat with an "Ah!" And he oofs right onto the ground. And Kuvira stands over him. And he's like, "You don't give up, do you?" And Kuvira says, "No." Commander Guan says, "Neither do I." And he shinks some metal bending pieces of his armor at her, and Kuvira puts her hands around it, and seems like she's going to try and counteract the metal, and she shing, shing, shing. I actually don't know what exactly is going on. Oh, she turns them into a cable. She metal bends the pieces flying at her into a cable, like how she used to fight back before she did her whole Earth Empire going crazy thing. And Commander Guan, whap, throws some earth up, and Kuvira hits it with her metal cable, and he's in the air, and he's got another piece of earth, bending it towards Kuvira, and he crack, throws it down towards her, and it hits her on the arm with a whump, and Kuvira recoils because she's been hit with a giant piece of earth, and then she's on the ground, and Commander Guan standing over her, metal bending the entire smoking now vehicle over his head. And he says, "You never had the will to lead the Earth Empire to its full potential. I do!" And he metal bends the car towards Kuvira, but Kuvira gets up and slices it right in the middle with a scream and tears the car apart. And she goes, "Shing, shing," and she's sending metal pieces of shrapnel at him. The car falling behind her with dust billowing up from hitting the ground, and 2 of the metal pieces seem to penetrate the uniform of Commander Guan, and she pins him to the wall, and he looks very scared. He's pinned in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places, and Kuvira's got some more metal by her side, and she says, "Still think I'm a spineless coward?" And Commander Guan's like, "Alright, you win! I surrender!" Kuvira says, "It's too late for that. I'm making certain you never rise again." And Suyin comes up from the back. Kuvira's holding a piece of metal above her, looking like she's about to end with a final blow. Commander Guan looking very scared. And then Suyin says, "Kuvira, stop!" And she stands behind Kuvira. Kuvira's all looking messy. She says, "Killing Guan won't solve anything. It won't bring you any peace." And then Kuvira's face softens. And she says, "You're right." And she drops the metal piece and it clangs to the ground. And Kuvira looks down, or looks at Commander Guan, a little head tilt down to look menacing. And she says, "But make no mistake, Commander Guan. You're finished. And the Earth Empire is over. For good." Commander Guan says, "Everyone stand down!" Even though most of the people are all like knocked out. So they put Mako, Bolin, and Wu into the chairs with the helmets, and Asami's operating the machine. Korra's reading the commands. "You will no longer obey Commander Guan's orders. Your minds are yours again." And they all, snap back into reality, into themselves and who they are. And Opal runs up to Bolin and hugs him, and she's like, "Bolin, you're okay!" And Wu hugs Mako like, "My brain is back!" Aw, and then Korra and Asami look on and they have their arms wrapped behind each other's backs. Oh, that's so cute! I love it! Ah, so cute. "I can't thank you enough, Avatar Korra. Without your help, Gaoling and its citizens would continue to be under Commander Guan's control." And it seems like they've mass-produced these helmet things that Asami's is running to uncalibrate everyone's minds. And Korra says, "You really should be thanking Kuvira. If she hadn't taken matters into her own hands, Guan would still be in power. But this doesn't mean you're off the hook. I have my orders to take you back to Republic City." Kuvira says, "I know." The mayor says, "Considering everything that's happened, should we plan to move forward with the election as originally scheduled?" And Wu kind of looks to the side with a little pout face, and he's thinking. And Wu says, "It has been a trying week for all of us, but I can't help but feel responsible. I was so eager for change that I pressed ahead with the election despite the objections. Upon reconsideration, I have decided to alter the Earth Kingdom's path towards democracy. Each state will come up with its own timetable for elections according to the wishes of its citizens. I refuse to force my will upon the people, the way Commander Guan forced his will upon me, and so many of you." And then all of Team Avatar is looking on Wu, smiling and proud. "The United Republic took decades to elect its first president. Expecting the rest of the Earth Kingdom to become a democracy overnight wasn't realistic. I understand that now. I am still committed to transforming the kingdom so that its governments represent everyone. But until that time comes, I will continue to serve as your king, and I hope to be the strong, compassionate leader you all deserve." Look at you, Wu! You made an awesome speech, and you've learned, and you're confident now. And everyone's clapping. I think this is in Gaoling. They're like, "Woohoo! Clap! Thank you, King Wu!" And he's like walking off the podium, waving. Toph, does this mean I'm off the hook? Prince Wu, for now, but I still hope you'll consider running for governor when Gaoling finally holds its elections. Toph crosses her arms. Don't get your hopes up, Spindleshanks. I've had enough with political shenanigans. I prefer the swamp. At least there, the predators are honest about wanting to eat you. And then Korra and Asami are standing there watching the conversation, and Asami has her hand on Korra's arm. It's so cute! So we're back in Republic City. The tribunal will once again come to order. And the judge says, Kuvira's in the middle, again. This time Asami is in the courtroom. Varric is entering the room, gonna go sit down next to Julie, but Asami's here this time. As opposed to not wanting to be in the same room as Kuvira. And the judge says, at this time, we shall call Icknick Blackstone Varric. And Varric's walking up. The judge says, do you affirm that the testimony you are about to give this tribunal will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Varric, darn tootin'. You initially helped develop spirit technology for the Earth Empire, is that correct? Yes, but I tried to shut the project down once I realized how dangerous it was. And did Kuvira agree with your decision? No! She made me keep working on it, and she threatened to kill me if I didn't do what she said. She's a horrible, horrible person. Kuvira, that's enough, Varric. Varric, please don't hurt me. Oh, Varric. Do not intimidate the witness, Kuvira. We will hear what he has to say. You don't need to. I confess to everything, Kuvira says, so she's changing from not guilty to guilty. I refused to turn over emergency powers and took over the Earth Kingdom because I thought I knew what was best for everyone. I was wrong, and though I wasn't fully aware of everything going on in the re-education camps, I should have been. I wanted so badly to wield power and change the world, I didn't concern myself with the consequences. And everyone's watching on. Ooh, Asami's shirt is cute. And I like Korra's too. Anyway. I wish I could forget the terrible things I've done. The people I've hurt. But I can't. I just hope that by taking full responsibility for what I've done, I can begin to heal some of the pain I've caused. And Suyin's like smiling. Well, at least looking like happy. So, I am entering a new plea. Guilty, Kuvira says, somewhat smiling. A lot of people in the audience seem shocked. And it's still like that fisheye lens from before. All the similar people except Asami sitting next to Korra and Mako is sitting with Bolin. Bolin says, I'm going to have to hurry back to the city hall soon. President Moon has back-to-back meetings all afternoon. Mako says, you're sticking with the job, huh? Being Commander Guan's lackey didn't turn you off politics? Bolin, it may not be my true calling, but after everything we went through, I'm fine with a boring office job filing paperwork. At least for a while. Understandable, Bolin. Korra says, here she comes, and they're all looking over. Oh, look at Asami, she looks so cute, and Korra looks so cute. They both look so cute! And Kuvira is walking with the White Lotus guards. Korra says, I respect you for everything you said in there, Kuvira. You really redeemed yourself. Mako said, and I never thought I'd say this, but I'm grateful for what you did for us. Bolin says ditto. Asami still has like a stern face. It's going to take me a very long time to forgive you for taking my father's life. And her face softens. But I'm glad you were on our side this time. Kuvira smiles and says, me too. Sue, I owe you an apology, Kuvira. Kuvira, what are you talking about? And she's approaching Kuvira with the whole Suyin family behind her except Batar Jr. Sue says, I can't help but think that if I had been a better mentor, a better mother, I could have guided you on a more appropriate path. Kuvira says, you took me in when I was a wild, arrogant little girl and cared for me when no one else did. There were so many times over the years when you could have abandoned me, but you never did, not even when I was at my worst. So you have nothing to apologize for. I'm the one who is sorry I never fully appreciated what an amazing, selfless mother you are. Aww. That's so cute. And then look at Korra and Asami holding hands. Bolin's like crying. He's got his hand on Mako's shoulder. The White Lotus people are like, Can we just take the prisoner, please? But look at Korrasami being cute! Aww. And Suyin gives Kuvira a hug. Kuvira says, I wish we had more time. Sue says, we will. I spoke with President Moon in the tribunal. Thanks to your show of remorse and because of your help in ending the Earth Empire and stopping Guan, they have all agreed to release you into my custody. Kuvira, I'm going home? Oh my god. Yes, you will be under house arrest the same as Batar Jr. But if you ever think of trying to escape again, you'll be thrown right back into the maximum security prison. Kuvira, understood, as the White Lotus guard takes her cuffs off. And everyone's alright with this arrangement? What will Batar Jr. say? Opal, honestly, when Mom suggested the idea, we all thought she was crazy. But we came around. I'm sure he will too. Opal says, you may not have been born a Beifong, but you'll always be part of this family. And like all the Beifongs are surrounding her, and then like Mako and Balloon in the back, and Korra and Asami in the back, holding hands again because they're cute, lovely people! Aww. And then Suyin's got her arm on Kuvira's back. Aww. So it does clear up some things with Batar Jr. why he has quarters. He's under house arrest. Kuvira will also be under house arrest, so she's still like imprisoned, but it's not maximum security isolation prison. The end. Aww. It was cute. I'm so emotional. It makes me interested to see where they're gonna go from here. That's for sure. I wonder if in the next series that villain from the Turf Wars is gonna come back. Now that it's been some time. Mind you, like a week or so. In a few months, I guess, but... Overall, that was great. It gave me a lot of feels and fanfic ideas. But... oh my word. My heart. That was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Oh man. Well, alright. It's already been like an hour in this recording. I won't hold you anymore. But thank you so much to everyone who did check out my readings for The Ruins of the Empire. I know it's been a long time. I'm kind of glad I got to read them back to back to back, because if I had read them like the week they had come out and had to wait for those conclusions, I would have lost my entire mind. So that's a bonus. But thank you so much to everyone who checked this out. Please feel free to leave a like and comment below. Let me know what you thought of Ruins of the Empire. Subscribe if you want to keep an eye out for more Legend of Korra content and other things that I do. I'm kind of tempted to read through the Avatar Airbender series because they have so many different volumes of stuff out, but we'll see. Yeah, that was... Korrasami has my entire heart. Anyway, until the next one, thank you again, and this is Autumari signing off.